Hi, I'm Kim Wilson,
And I'm Natasha Marchewka.
and this is Speechless.
Speechless. Speechless.
Welcome to our behind-the-scenes take of real life in VO, where we share our stories, our resources, and our unsolicited opinions every single week. How the hell are ya?
I'm hanging in there. I'm great, actually, and excited to share with our audience the lovely and talented Heidi Rue,
Oh my God.
co-founder of Atlanta Voiceover Studio. Excited because her journey to through voiceover, but then through social media, gives us so much that everyone can learn.
Oh my
Right,
gosh.
Kim?
This
I
one
would-
is chock full of tips. Like
It's
we
chock full
couldn't
of
we
social
could
media.
not write them down fast enough for our newsletter. It was crazy.
Yeah, and it goes on a little bit longer than last week's show, but it's just full of tips, tips, tips. So if you want to know about social media and meet Heidi Rue, watch this.
Speechless is brought to you by VoiceOverView, the business tracking and management platform created by voice actors for voice actors.
VoiceOverView has all the tracking metrics you need to help manage your voiceover business. Track earnings over time, invoice directly through top invoicing platforms, gain insight into your booking strengths, build and maintain relationships with top clients, and grow your business by managing prospects and leads, track expenses, tax prep, and more, all in a simple-to-use platform.
Check it out at voiceoverview.com. See the show notes for a link to get 30 days free.
POZOTRON is the technology busy voice talent need. It literally cut our editing time in half.
Positron overlays your script to your voiceover to ensure script accuracy. In moments, you'll discover pickups or a perfect read. Upload your script, upload your audio, and Positron does the rest.
For audiobook proofing, this is a must. For e-learning and long-form narration, even one page of script. This process couldn't be easier. Positron ensures your narration is word perfect, so you can focus on your performance and delivery.
Check out positron.com or email hello@positron.com for a free product demo. Well, welcome, Heidi. We're so
Thank you
glad
so
to
much.
have you. And it is so
Yes.
nice. It is so
Yay.
nice to kind of meet you again for the second time and kind of get to know you a little bit better. So welcome.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, yay.
same. Thank you guys so much for having me. I feel so honored. I've been watching your shows, obviously, since you started, and they're just great and so fun. So I feel honored.
Yay.
Well, you have a lot to
Fantastic.
teach us today because
yeah.
social media is what we're focusing on. But wow, we need someone to lead us through the woods here. So you need to,
Like bunnies.
Yeah.
so you need to kind of take us by the hand and teach us some of your skills, your social media skills. But before that,
Yes. I'm waiting for Kim.
guys, I've got the best drink. It's called an Empress Sunset. Are you ready?
Yes.
Fresh
Ooh.
peaches. Oh,
Oh,
I know.
wow.
Lavender from her garden, of course.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Right.
I know.
goodness.
She is something else, that one.
Peaches from the farmer's market, and then Empress gin, of course.
Nice.
And I made a peach lavender syrup. Hello. I'll tell you how it is.
Him. Oh my goodness.
It's really good. But again, these things get in the way.
They're so pretty, though. Heidi, what did you bring to
What'd you bring,
cheers
hon?
with us?
I know. It despite the look, it's not the
Or Mountain Dew. It's not Mountain Dew.
or Mountain Dew, but I will say that so I do have to drive. I'm coming to you from my booth at Atlanta Voiceover Studio, so I do have to drive
cool.
home.
Right.
So this is non-alcoholic, but I will say that this is one of my favorite drinks. It's called Celsius. Have you guys had it?
No.
Oh, it's full of caffeine. I buy it for my daughter, and it's illegal for her to buy it herself at the drugstore.
really?
She's tried to buy it at the drugstore, and they're like, "Can I have some ID?" And we're both like, "Oh." So yeah, I have to buy it for her. So that's some potent stuff there, Heidi.
Crazy.
Heidi.
I won't drink it because caffeine. Yeah.
That is hilarious because it says it's from
Your
green
favorite.
tea
You're so
and-
innocent.
She's
and
like,
it's
I brought
my favorite.
Celsius.
Yeah. I don't know why I've been up for 48 hours. I mean,
This stuff is amazing.
yeah.
Keeps me perky. Okay, well, I'm bringing something that I quite love, and I'm shocked that I love it because I don't like hard liquor.
What is it?
It's this Frankly stuff. It is from Austin. It's vodka, but it's infused with lemon and basil. So it's not sweet or anything. It just tastes like vodka.
Yum.
Last night, Heidi, thank you for being here. You're so graceful. We appear to be graceful. That's part of the charm of the show. A lack of grace is funny.
Yeah.
But we really aspire to be completely graceful.
Right?
So we're pretty excited about asking you about social media, even though I know you can speak on so many topics, but you're a talent, you're a studio school owner, and you are a powerhouse social media phenom.
Influencer? Would we say influencer?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Heidi's an influencer.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
And what's so charming is that you poo-poo that.
Yeah.
But you really
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit of what, where, when, why, and how.
Yeah. I can absolutely give you a short answer. My background is in radio. That's what I wanted to do. And there was a man that worked at the radio station, and he said, "Do you do voiceover? Because I could listen to your voice all day." And I was like, "No, I don't even know what that is." Like, I mean, I had done commercials for the radio station like anyone does if they're there and they're on air talent or whatever, even if they're not. And so he really was the one that kind of led me into the career of voiceover. And then we started dating, and then we got married. And so Mike, my husband, Mike Stout, is the one that really got me into voiceover, and we were co-workers at the radio station. So it's a
how
crazy
you met
story.
him. Wow, that's a great story.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, do you have like a strategy that you use, or is it kind of willy-nilly? You post when you want. Where did you learn it, and what is it?
Yeah. Okay.
So everything.
Well, I will say that I really got my toes wet when we were in radio, because when we were in radio, at that point there wasn't Instagram, but there was Facebook. And so we really were just all on with social media because you had to be. And then from there, I will say that my strategy for social media has definitely changed a little bit over the years. Let me start off with, first of all, kind of my overall strategy, because if you are watching this and you're like, social media scares the heck out of me and I don't want to do it, I don't have time. If you're saying all that stuff, this is what you need to be watching, because I'm going to tell you it's not complicated, and it is so much more simpler than people think it is. But yes, it really is. I promise you, I'm not going to say that you need to spend hours every day on social media. That's not how I operate. But I will say that one of the things that you should be thinking about as far as your content is if it does three things: if it entertains, inspires, or educates. And so that really has been my filter from the very beginning. The other thing that I have always done, and that started in radio, was I'm like, social media is not for getting something in return. Social media is to give. And so that's what I focused on even in radio, was like, what can I give to my audience? These are people, this is my way to connect to them in an even deeper way. So how can I do that? So I have always thought about, like, when I post something, when I create content, is what is this giving someone? Not what do I get out of it? Because everybody knows, right? With marketing, people work with people that they like, they trust, they know. And if you are like, here's me, me, you're not giving anything to that other person, So I really do.
Nailed it.
That's what I just, as long as you have that filter, I think that that's huge. So the other thing that I will say is, as far as content scheduling or how you create all that stuff, So what I do use, I've used a couple of softwares throughout the years. Planoly, I used to use a ton, and I still do some. And if you aren't aware of Planoly, it helps you to really see, like, image-wise, how everything looks together. You can really schedule the images, and it's really cool.
Oh, cool.
But I will say one of the ones that I highly recommend to people now is Loomly. And if you haven't heard of Loomly, it is amazing. Now, it doesn't give you the whole like grid look like Planoly does, but does that even matter anymore with Instagram? Because they're pushing video, so it doesn't really even matter much. But Loomly, you can schedule LinkedIn as well.
Oh.
Cool.
And so that is huge versus like Planoly. I wanted to be able to schedule stuff from LinkedIn as well. And so that's why I've kind of moved on to Loomly, and I can do it with Atlanta VoiceOver Studios social as well. So I do create content, but plan content. Normally it's like I'll come up with ideas a couple months ahead, maybe, and kind of think through maybe some things per month. And then I'll just do like a week in advance. But there are weeks that it just gets crazy. And here's the thing is that one of a practice that I just did recently, and it was because of this book that I'm going through, but I took Post-it notes and I wrote down like all the things in my voiceover business, all the things that contribute to my voiceover business being a success. And then there were 6 things, like I had six Post-it notes, and then I would go, okay, if I could take 2 of these away and still have a voiceover career, what would those be? And then I took 2 more, and all the way down to 1 Post-it note, and that's voiceover. It's doing our job. So at the end of the day, if you are busy doing the actual work, like, do not sweat about it if you can't schedule something on social media.
Preach it.
I mean, do not, you shouldn't. That is not top priority. It's not.
Thus, our speechless feed on Instagram. Kim wanted it to be every day, and I said, "Don't sweat it." And
I sweat it. I definitely sweat it because
and
I carry the anxiety of the show.
Well,
that's me.
And
You're
I
welcome. You're
understand it. No, I carry it too, but I try to alleviate from you because nobody's going to die if it doesn't nobody will notice, let alone die. So very strong message, Heidi, very strong message. And I want to reiterate, Planoly is for Instagram only.
So you can actually use it on Facebook as well.
Oh,
you can use it for Facebook.
And is that your platform of choice? Instagram? What are you thinking about TikTok?
So it is for me, and I can go back on that a little bit later, but another one for Atlanta VoiceOver Studio, that is the best one. And that the reason why is because most people come to Instagram to learn, to get educated. Like that's one of our biggest things. And so we really do focus a lot more on Instagram. We still have a good audience on Facebook, but Instagram has been where we found just the most success from people kind of finding us and, being able to find the studio. As far as for me, though, I like Instagram because I just like Instagram better than the other ones. I mean, I'm 42 years. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm 41. Not quite yet. But I'm 41 years old. It is my platform for my age group. And I really enjoy it. I love the pictures. I love it myself. And then as far as TikTok goes, I do like TikTok. I will say that it is tougher for me. One, with Atlanta VoiceOver Studio, it hasn't been as effective when we're trying to teach people things or give people helpful information. It's better for if you're entertaining people. And so if you have content that is really entertaining, then that's going to be the platform for you.
Okay, so a question, we can cut this out if it doesn't work. So entertaining like dance moves. And
Sure.
I happen to be a pretty good dancer. This is
As
not
she
the,
pulls up her dress.
this is not the
She's
vibe.
getting ready.
I know. Are we about to see a dance move right now?
No.
Would this be a first for Speechless?
How does this connect?
I will tell you this.
Please.
So everyone from voiceover, please listen up. I have been consistently on social media for, I don't know how many years, a long time.
In the
You should
days
see
of
her
yore,
numbers.
since the
Her
1900s.
Yeah, exactly. The 1900s.
And it
But-
shows because you have such great analytics.
Oh, well, thank
But
you.
not that we were looking at them or anything. Really, really good.
Oh, thank you. But the thing is that out of all that time, the amount of people that have actually come to me to book me for a voiceover job from my social media is such a small number. The amount of time that I've spent on there is not worth it. Nobody would look at that and go, yep, that's a great business plan. Nobody
Right.
would. So here's the thing is that I don't do so. Now, LinkedIn is a little different. I will say that. LinkedIn is different. I don't put that in the same category because that has been very effective for me. But the other social channels, I don't do that to directly have people book me.
Mhm.
And I will even give you hard numbers. So 2 years ago, we went viral on TikTok, Atlanta Voiceover Studio, but it was me doing the voiceover challenge. We just happened to hit at the right time. We had almost 19
remember.
million views,
I
19
remember.
million views. We had articles and then,
You did
you know,
amazing.
people, oh, thank you. But people
Mhm.
were, coming up to me in restaurants going,
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Seriously, it was crazy.
Wow.
And I did get jobs from that. You know how many? 3.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
3 out of almost 19 million views.
Right.
So that does not happen very often.
Yeah.
So my social media and the purpose and why I'm doing it and how it fits into my business model is because I want people to know who is Heidi Rue.
Mhm.
I do sprinkle in what I do a little bit here and there, but I want people to be able to go online if they're like, oh, you know what? I've really been thinking about this girl for, I'll just name out a brand that I just did, but Pure Leaf Tea. I really want her to voice this spot. Let me see who she is. And they can go on social media and go, oh my gosh, she fits our brand so well because especially with commercial, people want voice talent that reflect their customers.
Values it. Mhm.
Yes.
And so
What did you do that you have moved on from? Can you give us, our listeners, something there?
Yeah.
okay. So I will actually give you, it's a little broader of an answer,
Sure.
but I feel like it will help people that are like me because I'm a performer. And if I'm sure there's so many people that are watching and listening right now that can totally relate to this when they were little kids, like loving to perform in front of everyone, and creating this whole thing. And everybody used to get so frustrated at me, my siblings at least, because I would be like, let's do rehearsals and let's have costumes and like, we got to get this and props and da-da-da.
I can do. Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Yeah, exactly. So I really have struggled over the years with social because I want everything to be such a beautiful performance. I want it to
Right.
be, I want it to be perfect. I want it to look great. I want it to be such great content and visual stuff and
Well,
everything.
you do it, but okay.
But here's the thing is that there was a video that I posted. It's been a little while. It was like a Sunday afternoon. Mike has this Jeep and we went for just a drive in the Jeep with the Jeep off. I posted a 10-second video or less of us riding the Jeep with a song in the background, just saying Sunday afternoon ride. That immediately got over 3,000 views within less than 5 minutes.
What?
5 minutes.
Because of the
What?
hashtag Jeep Sunday.
No, I didn't even hashtag it.
What?
I didn't even hashtag it. So, but that was such a great reminder for me that the thing about it is it doesn't have to be this amazing performance. And that's what I hope that everybody that is watching this gets, is that it is about you. It is about your life. It is about your likes. Like when you're just authentically you, you don't have to learn a dance move and spend hours on it. You can just, like, if you love to make coffee with coconut milk or whatever in the morning, like pour that in, there you go. That's it. It does not have to be impressive as far as video goes. Just show who you are. Just show who you are. And that's the most important. So that's what I would say is that I've moved on from. Every fail or thing that I've tried, I've been able to, one, discover something about myself through it.
I love this. Yeah.
And that is how we are our true authentic self, right? There was a guy in one of our classes, and he said, Heidi, if everyone just wants authentic voice, then why do we even need to train? And I was like, that's a great question. I mean, I'm like, yeah, that is a great question. I'm so glad you asked. I said, but what is one of the hardest things that all of us struggle with? Being ourselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just is, it's an ongoing thing. So the more that you can discover even who you are and what you bring to the table, and what I realized through the encouragement, it was that I love to inspire people. I love to encourage people because this business is hard, it's a mental game, and it's tough. And so I can do that, but in other ways, maybe just shorter snippets, or through our email newsletter that we put out with Atlanta Voiceover Studio.
Which is awesome, by the way. Hey, Heidi, I don't know if you've watched our show too much, but we have a mantra, and that is, fuck it. Let's be awesome now. We've got shit to do.
This episode of Speechless is brought to you by
Speechless.